Okay. So, so the filth is now going in. So what are you doing, Stitch?
At this point, like, I have my little beater vehicle or whatever the fuck I have. I don't even know. Like, almost like a crappy tractor or something. And, like,
Right.
just some piece of garbage that somebody put together and they just kind of have laying around. So, like, I have all my shit in it and I'm just starting up the engine to trail behind them.
Okay. Uh, Zed, what are you up to now that the filth has come through?
Well, as soon as the filth is gone and I can, breathe happily again, I'm also gonna start following, and I'm just looking for, busted up bikes, shit on the floor. I'll like sort of try and like move bodies over to one side because like they got dudes that'll come in and get rid of the dead, and
Okay.
so like I'm less. I know that Stitch is gonna be worried more about like survivors, people groaning, people breathing. So I'm gonna like move dead guys off to the side as I find them, and then also go picking through, um, like busted up parts and stuff.
All right. Zed, when you're walking through, you see a member of the Cyclopses saying, help! Ugh." Like
Um,
his one eye is like cauterized over, and the other
oof.
eye is now missing as well.
Oh, jeez. Um, is Stitch anywhere near me?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can see
I
Stitch.
think I'm rolling up slowly behind you.
All right. Well, I'll flag Stitch down and be like, hey, what happened to you? Like to the guy.
Okay. He's like, oh man, I guess it was just my time.
Fair enough. I got an
Please.
angel coming up for you.
Okay,
Thank you.
I roll up and can I assess him just by looking at him if I should even waste my time or not?
Um, yeah, roll do something under fire.
Okay,
I'm using that, or you can do a read a sitch.
read a sitch, got it. All right, we got a 6 plus a 2, which is an 8.
Okay, so we'll say, uh, yeah, you can recognize um, that his wounds are pretty bad, and he would live, but he would take a little bit of work. Um, I don't know if you want to actually like spend the time on him though.
Yeah, I go up to him, I pull out a small scalpel and say this is only going to hurt for a second and slit his throat.
Okay. So you can hear the gurgling as he slits as you slit his throat, and he kind of weakly grabs at you, but you notice like one of his arms is almost completely useless, um, and he's kind of pinned by a bike and everything. Um, so
I just kind of like like I rip a piece of cloth off his shirt or pants or whatever is kind of tattered already, and just kind of lay it over his face, and then just keep moving on.
okay, uh, shitty.
Yep.
It's you've been riding along in the center pretty well, and uh, you have a member of the Cyclopses basically ahead of you. He looks behind him and sees you, and kind of like puts the brakes on so that he can cause you to crash. What are you gonna do?
Um, hmm. So I'm gonna send. I think. I don't know. So he's like, what's the like the area like where how much room is there to get by him?
It's kind of it's like it's like a 4-lane highway, like wide, but like there's rubble completely covering 1.5 of the lanes. So like you can get like 4 bikes across through the highway area with no problem, and he's kind of just like trying to get the guys that are kind of in front of you to wreck, so he'll wreck you.
Gotcha. So in this situation, I call for my gang to just stop immediately if they can.
Okay. Can you roll me what is it? The one that you do for your gang?
Yeah. Wait. Where's that?
It's on the front.
Yeah.
sheet.
Here we go. Pack Alpha.
Yeah.
I'm rolling. I rolled a 3. So whatever, it's plus hard.
Even if you got a plus 3,
it's
it
plus
would still
2.
be.
Yeah, it's total failure.
All right. So above the roar and everything, they can't hear you. And some member of your gang, so you kind of slow down, and some other of your gangs kind of like speed up and kind of he bashes one of their faces in, and you notice it's Fatso. So he throws an elbow and it hits Fatso in the nose. Fatso goes down. Fatso's right in front of you, and then he and other members of your gang kind of swerve around, and one of them like crashes off to the side in one of the rubble. So what are you gonna do now?
I'm just gonna try and shoot this asshole.
Okay. Will you? So that'll be go aggro, but I want you to do it under fire.
Okay.
So roll doing something under fire, which is plus cool.
Plus cool. I rolled a 10, so that's an 11.
Okay. So you're able to keep your cool and keep a steady aim, so go aggro on him.
All right. I rolled a 7, and then that's hard, so that's plus 2. So that's a 9.
All right. So, they get to choose one. So, okay. So you make you're able to get a bead on him and make a shot, but it barely misses him. And he looks around and then speeds up ahead to try to get back and hide in the pack, his gang.
Okay. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop briefly and check on Fatso and the guy who crashed and just see if they're alive or not.
Okay. Fatso's okay, but he's taken some damage. He'll probably survive. The guy who's crashed is out of it.
All right. So as soon as we get Fatso back on his bike, then we take off again.
Okay. Hip. What are you up to during this time?
I'm assuming the main racers went past me as I took that shot. So right after I do that, Pip is gonna go down the fire escape of the building, and I'm looking for Stitch. I want to hop into the tractor.
Okay. Before you see Stitch, you see the filth kind of just rolling through and making a mess of anyone who's like in the back of the gang, the back of the pack. After that, you see Stitch and Zed pulling up the rear, like collecting things. Stitch is kneeling down and messing around with people and slitting their throats or bandaging them up as he sees fit. And So he comes up. Stitch, you see Pip walk up to you, slinging his rifle over her shoulder, his shoulder. So, what are you up to?
I just kind of nod and wipe the blood that's on my hands off on my like pants and hoodie and stuff, and just kind of say hop on.
Okay.
So I hop on and I look at him and I'm like, pretty good day to be in your line of business.
Every day's a good day to be on this side.
Okay, Zed, you see, because you're kind of following along at the same pace that Stitch is, and you see Pip meet up with Stitch. What are you up to?
I wave over at them, and I continue on, like, just basically looking for salvage and whatever. I, like, sort of wend my way over towards the tractor.
Okay.
Nice day to scavenge, eh?
Yeah, both you guys are. This is hog heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Only reason I'm here.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be more. I might actually help with that. So on the tractor, I kind of like set up a position. So as we're going along, if there's any racers ahead of us that I can see, I'm going to like start trying to figure out who they are.
All right. Well, you can see members of the filth, kind of in the distance, and since you have that scope, you can kind of pick a couple of them out.
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot at one then.
Okay.
Yeah, put those stinky motherfuckers out.
And on this shot, I'm gonna try and shoot like out the back tire of a bike that's just hauling ass.
Okay.
And this go aggro?
Yeah.
Okay, go aggro. Let's see what we get. Fuck, I'm rolling good. 11. And
Damn.
go aggro is...
All right. You're totally aggro then.
Yeah, is that... Yeah, and that's plus... Fuck, that's a 14.
Yeah. All right. So you bust one of the filth's tires out, and his bike swerves, and it's able to knock a second and a third member of the filth off their bikes, and you don't know where, but one of them starts catching on fire.
Sweet.
They're shitty bikes, they're filthy people with crummy bikes.
Think there's more salvage up there.
Woo!
I'm just smiling as I start slowly putting over.
All right.
I got
So
my little box on wheels on a string behind me and just like, yeah, here we go.
so as you get closer and closer, you see like one of them's legs pinned between two of the bikes, but the other two guys are kind of like shaking themselves and trying to stand up. The one whose bike you actually hit is standing, but he's wobbling and kind of with each step almost falls down, almost drunkenly.
I'm gonna pull my revolver out and shoot one of the guys that doesn't seem the most injured in the head.
All right. So the one who's kind of on all fours, you shoot in the head. Can you give me a go aggro for that?
All right, we got 7 + 1, 8.
Okay, so you shoot him in the head, and the other two guys kind of look around. They're just confused, and the one guy's screaming because he can't get his leg out from in between these two bikes. So, what else are you gonna do?
I'm gonna ignore the other guy that's kind of shaken up. I'm guessing he's probably even more so confused and shaken up because there's just this loud fucking explosion from behind them. I'm gonna go to the guy with his leg pinned down and just assess him to see if he's even worth helping, if possible.
Yeah, he seems actually fairly unharmed. He has a gash in his head, but he was just in a motorcycle accident. but like his it's just that his legs pinned and his ankles probably crushed, so he can't walk. But
I'm gonna go over to him, slice open his arm with like my scalpel, slice open my hand with the same scalpel, and like mix our blood together and open my mind to see if I can figure out more about the filth.
okay, roll a weird.
All right, we got a 7 plus a 1, so
Okay, so
8.
you'll have an 8. Tell me, how does the psychic maelstrom react to you? I mean, we already know that like spirits will talk to people through it. So what else do we know about the psychic maelstrom?
Basically, the way it interacts with me is there has to be somewhat of a contact. Like for me, it's with blood or whatever. That's kind of how I found out I could do this when I was like I had a gash open somewhere and I accidentally got someone else's blood on it, and like my mind just started kind of racing, and I could almost see like whatever information I wanted to that person knew, like maybe memories or dreams they've had and stuff like that. So it's just kind of like a blur. So that's kind of why I gashed my hand open and gashed him open and like put my hand on his wound.
Okay. The impression that you're getting is like just a group of them, and like this the little rituals that they do of pulling their teeth, and how they're almost a cult dedicated to disease. They kind of like they kind of have a mound of at their home base of all of their members' teeth, and they think they can reach out and touch all of their members through that mound at any point in time.
Am I able to notice if any, like, there's any memories of any of the members of the filth, like, sweating blood or anything like that?
Yeah, that the disease has come and taken some of them, and they kind of worship that idea, like the blood sweats are kind of almost the reason they even exist.
Okay. As soon as I see that, I just pull my hand instantly away and just start like internally like screaming, basically like, what the fuck have I done? I just put like an open wound against somebody with the red sweats. So I take out my revolver and shoot him in the head out of anger.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. Roll.
Okay.
Give me a plus weird roll.
Plus weird. Okay. We got a 10 plus a 1, 11.
Okay. You're good.
Cool.
You no longer have to worry about the red sweats. You're immune.
Okay, cool. I think maybe I'm a little bit scared now of why I'm immune, so we'll visit that in later sessions.
So, okay. So you, Pip, Zed, you just saw Stitch cut this guy's arm, cut his own hand, place his open wound against this other guy's wound.
So, like,
get afraid, and then shoot him in the head with this awful gun that makes a huge racket.
When you put it that way, it sounds weird.
Sounds legit.
So, my experience with the weird, like, would I understand kind of what just happened?
Could. You are a bit weirder than most, and you understand people react to the psychic maelstrom in different ways. So, considering his type of business that he's in, you could gauge that might be what's going on.
Okay. I'm just gonna make a quick roll to see if I brought my dowsing rod.
Okay.
So, that's a 10, so I'm gonna say, yeah, I thought,
Yes.
just in case, yeah, I totally brought my dowsing rod, in case I needed something like that.
Well, what's it? Your dowsing rod will give you the augury.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm looking at like he's obviously like super afraid and super scared, or
Okay.
like at least looks that way to me. So I want to use my augury to reach through the world psychic maelstrom to something or someone connected to it to try and like get Stitch back to steady and like it's okay
Yeah,
without
maybe
having to
like
like go all over there.
maybe like when I see like what freaks me out, like even after I shoot the guy, I'm still kind of just like holding my head in my hands, just like shaking it violently, like screaming or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's what I would like to do. So augury, I roll plus weird. Oh my god. That's a 6. So
All
I don't
right.
do anything.
All right. Your dowsing rod crosses, opens access to the psychic maelstrom, and Pip, without any impetuous on your own, like without any trying on your own, you open your brain to the psychic maelstrom because of this. Stitch, uh, you start going deeper into it.
We created like a
And
feedback loop, basically.
exactly, like the psychic maelstrom starts leaking into reality in a way, and everyone around you, like the dude who's dazed, who's kind of staggering around, and anyone who's maybe injured, they start screaming. Um, like they're one of the you hear like a bloody gurgle off to the side as the psychic maelstrom kind of infects one of those people. Pip, how is this affect? How do you touch the psychic maelstrom?
For me, it's if you can remember the opening scene for the Twilight Zone, where it's kind of do 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 do, and I just hear Rod Serling's voice like talk to me.
Okay.
That's disturbing in a weird way.
so so um so you've the psychic maelstrom is basically bleeding it over into everyone's consciousness around here.
Okay, do I see anything, or is it just confusing?
No, it's just weirdness and confusion, and you have no idea where it came from.
Okay.
And I'm like, shit.
What does your dowsing rod look like?
My dowsing rod is basically a stick with a fork in it.
Nice.
Okay, it's just like a forked stick, like a traditional dowsing rod.
Yeah, like straight up like and maybe like kind of bleached out wood, like it's old. And it's kind of crooked and looks kind of funny, but I'm like, I don't know. It became a thing for me when like somebody was like, "We have no wells," and I was like, I don't know, and I didn't really even know about like dowsing wells or anything like that, and I just sort of picked up a stick as I was like, "Well, I guess we gotta go," and I was like, "Wait, no, we gotta dig right there," and so kept it ever since then, right?
Okay.
But now I kind of just use it when I know something might happen, and like this race being kind of like the Mardi Gras of death around here, you never know when you need to get weird. So I've just opened up a little psychic storm, and I got stinky motherfuckers that are screaming all around me, and they're loud, and I don't like them. And
Right.
the guy I was trying to help is now like even more freaked out, and I feel real bad about that. So I don't
Stitch,
know.
Did you, instead of just seeing this ritual of them pulling the teeth and dropping it into this pile, you begin feeling your teeth being ripped out, almost like his experience of the event.
I think, like, at this, I start screaming, but it isn't a scream that, like, would be audible by people not stuck in this area where the maelstrom's going crazy. It's more like a psychic scream through everybody's head.
Okay.
I'm totally, as soon as that starts, I'm gonna put my rod, like, sort of on its belt clip, and I'm gonna try to keep it together enough to, like, grab Stitch, grab Pip, and get the hell out of here.
Okay. Will you do it under fire? You're going to be
Okay.
doing that under fire.
So that's +1. Oh, Jesus Christ. Another couple of deuces, so that's a 5.
Shit.
Is there a way I can close this myself? Like, maybe feeling the pain, I can recognize that what's happening and try to, like, shut this down?
Well, you opened your brain up to the psychic maelstrom.
Yeah,
and in
like,
the
can I close it?
process, well, yeah, typically it would just happen, and you would get it, and you would close it off however you want. And now, but since Zed was trying to
Help.
her helps backfired, and now you're kind of like stuck, and so you have to complete. So you're, and anything you try to do, it's going to be, you're going to be doing it under fire.
Can I try to stab myself in the leg to try to, like, have something to focus on instead of what's going on to try to close it?
Sure.
Okay.
So rolling under fire, since you're doing something to kind of assist that, because I'm going to say your goal is to close yourself to the psychic maelstrom.
It's a
but get a
4 minus
+1.
1, 3.
Oh.
Fuck. So I guess I just stab my leg, take harm, but it doesn't
you
close.
You stab your leg, you take 1 harm.
Yeah.
And you're still experiencing the ritual of the teeth pulling.
Fuck. Okay.
Shit, none of these rolls. I was going to try and help both of you guys, but it won't matter.
Yeah, there's, like, yeah, apparently we just got caught real bad.
I'm gonna try and read a sitch if I can do that.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Please roll good. Fuck, I'm rolling great. 11.
Okay.
And read a sitch is which one?
You get 3 questions from the read a sitch thing, and if you act on any of those, you get a +1.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, where's the best way out of this, or like out of this maelstrom issue?
Okay. If you could just get out of the immediate vicinity, it would start closing off, and you would be fine. Like, if you just physically move out of, like, a 20-foot range. So if you could, if you could just get, like, 3 yards away, or something along those lines.
Okay, and then what should I be on the lookout for?
You should be on the lookout on any of the filth, noticing that they missed some people who are in trouble, and coming back to try to cause problems.
Okay. So I'm going to say we need to move.
Okay. Roll doing something under fire.
Okay, under fire.
Oh, wait. Okay, how are you just going to say it, or are you going to try to physically move people?
I'm going to say it, and then I'm just going to run myself. I'm not grabbing anybody. I'm just saying we need to get out of here.
Okay, so roll getting out of fire. So it's getting out of the situation.
It's horrible. Do something under fire. I rolled a 4, and it's my cool is +3, so it's a 7.
Okay, So you kind of stall, trying to see if you should like grab Zed since she's closest, but you're just like fuck it and move out. And as soon as you get out of the area and your head starts to clear, you see a couple members of the filth rolling up